Hi guys, I'm Dave in real life, and welcome to today's Unmissable Smackdown review. Yes, last night's Smackdown was pretty fun. It was dominated completely by the Bloodline storyline, which, you know what, we are going to start with that first. Absolutely loved that storyline, to be quite honest with you. What they showed to us last night was chef's kiss. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, they did start the show with Jimmy and Jay going down to the ring, joined after with his own entrance like he did in Saudi Arabia, Jay Uso, who had in tow with him Sami Zayn. Yes, this was the confrontation where Sami would go face to face with Roman. This didn't go exactly to plan. Obviously, Sami did say, look, I didn't mean to hit you. It was a mistake. Roman was not interested whatsoever. Sami did ask Roman to apologise to Jay so that they could all move on. That they all had a common goal. In fact, Sami literally said that the only reason why he got involved in Saudi Arabia in the first place is that he was there to help Jay. Had no interest in helping the Bloodline or Roman for that fact. This led to Roman saying not sorry. He didn't apologise. All he had to do was say sorry to Jay, and he would have cleared all this mess up. But no, he refused, which left a bit of taste. Quite honestly, Sami just left the ring and said, if you're not going to apologise, I don't want no part of this. So he left. Roman then left Jimmy and Jay looking bewildered in the ring. And then we did get a bit of a confrontation later backstage where Jay stopped his so-called tribal chief in his motions. Said, look, what's going off? We need to have this cohesion. We need to sort this out if we're going to take out the new bloodline. Roman was just not interested. So Roman just ended up on his own. He sat in his little room by himself. Oh, Roman, no mates. He ended up being a bit of a no mates guy because Jimmy and Jay just left him. Yeah, this is very confusing. I mean, Roman, very brave man to try and take out the new bloodline. But yeah, he obviously has his own agenda. And we would see this later played out at the last segment of the show, which we are going to just go to straight away. And the last segment was the ceremony of the undisputed tribal chief. I mean, yeah, really, Solo Sikoa believing his own BS at this point. It is I'm fine with. It's fun. I love Jacob Fatu in all these moments, though. He's so, so good. But yeah, Roman did cut that segment and came down to the ring by himself, which, when you look at it, was a bad idea. Which, I think the conversation that he had with Solo was quite interesting as well. I mean, I don't think it will be 5-on-5. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we have done speculation videos on this in the past. Purely speculation, by the way. But it was just weird how they count Roman, even though there was 4 of them already, why Roman thought that they didn't have enough members for War Games. Yeah, Roman suggested there should be 5. And then obviously Solo counted out the 4 that was in the ring. And then added Sami Zayn, which was weird. I've got to admit, if we're not having 5-on-5, why even mention it? I mean, is it just to do the Sami Zayn thing? Yeah, they did allude to the fact that Sami Zayn had joined the new bloodline, and that's why he attacked Roman last week. I think this was just a ruse, a double ruse. I don't know how this was planned out, but it did seem a little bit odd to me that they mentioned that there should be 5. I mean, I don't think there will be. I think it will be 4-on-4 because you've got to try and get over 2 new people, which I think is hard when we've only got a couple of weeks left. So, yeah, I think it'll be 4-on-4, but it's just strange that they've included the 5 in this conversation. I just don't get that. But anyway, I digress. Solo said, anyway, how can you be a tribal chief when you've got no tribe? Yeah, I thought that was a classic line because literally Roman was on his own. But it wouldn't take long for him to try and take out Solo, which ended up with him being attacked by the group. Then we got Jimmy and Jay coming out. This was just shortly after Sammy was in the ring entrance, and it looked like Sammy had made his mind up that he was going to join Solo and make there a 5-man team. Oh, it would all get cleared up, though. It was all a ruse. Sammy has to Illuma kick Roman Reigns in the ring. He missed Roman and went for Solo. Sammy had no intentions of joining the new bloodline. He was always going to join his Hussey brothers. I mean, we knew this was going to be the conclusion, right? I mean, it's no secret. But how he got there was just fun. And that's what I mean. I love this storyline because it was fun. They tried to do something different with it. I'm not quite sure we needed the 5th member thing mentioned, especially if we're not going to have 5 members each team. Felt that was a bit of a misstep in my opinion. But hey ho, we had to get to a point where Sammy would join the new bloodline for him to join the original bloodline. You know what I mean? We had to have a plot point somewhere in there. But yeah, I love this. So we did finish off SmackDown with Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, and the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, all throwing up the ones, which was pretty cool. What a great visual as well. And that's how we finished SmackDown. There was other stuff, of course, what went off on SmackDown. Not only this, Randy Orton being hospitalised, and hospital being the word, by Kevin Owens. Yeah, a power driver. I mean, it's a banned move in WWE. Power drivers are not allowed, and that is simply because of what happened to Owen Hart, where he broke his neck. Stone Cold Steve Austin's neck, sorry. Yeah, it's a move that has been ignored for years in WWE. I mean, honestly, though, when you watch the footage, this was the safest power driver I have ever seen. Honestly, Kevin Owens leant backwards and put all the weight on his ass, really protecting Randy Orton at all costs. Obviously, Randy Orton, back history, had surgery on his back. Any kind of movement like this would have really done damage. Clearly, this is all storyline. There's nothing wrong with Randy Orton. I did find one thing really weird, is why Cody suddenly appeared out of absolutely nowhere and was there hating Randy Orton. I mean, obviously that's for storyline purposes. I totally understand that, but it was just a little bit weird for me that we didn't see Cody the show, and there he was, getting an ambulance ride, and when did that happen? It's like, when did he pop up? Yeah, so that was a bit of a surprise, bit of a shocker. But yeah, obviously no medical facility for Randy Orton. He's just going to the hospital, guys. Yeah, it's an hospital. But that was quite fun. Other stuff what did happen on the show, obviously Bayley beating Candice LeRae. Candice tried to do the old leg injury spot, which Bayley has spotted, and then with the most devastating move in all the sports entertainment, hit away a surprise roll-up. So Bayley got the win. And then obviously we had a match between DIY and Pretty Deadly. Earlier on in the backstage segment, Johnny was like praising the Motor City Machine Guns, you know, giving them their flowers. Tommaso Ciampa was not happy with this and said, look, we're losing focus. What's going on? Why are you praising the champs? We want to be challenging them. This left a bit of a rift and a bad taste in the DIY mouths as they went out to face Pretty Deadly. Tommaso Ciampa refused to tag in Johnny Gargano and literally beat both Elton Prince and Kit Wilson himself and got the victory, raised his own arm, was not happy that Johnny Gargano raised his arm as well. Yes, so obviously dissension between DIY, which is very interesting. Tommaso Ciampa making it very, very clear that he wants a title shot. He wants those tag team titles away from Motor City Machine Guns, and really needs Johnny Gargano to pick up the pace. And also, we did get to see another backstage segment, which will lead to a match, what we're getting next week. I will get to the matches for next week later. Then, obviously, MSK were... MSK. What am I talking about? MCMG. Motor City Machine Guns. Let's get it correct. MSK. Where did that come from? That's sleep deprivation, I think. We will keep this bit in the video, to be honest. Oh dear, what a botch. But yeah, Motor City Machine Guns beat A-Town Down Under in probably the match of the night, to be quite honest with you. There wasn't much quality on the show, to be honest, in match-wise. I think the Bayley Candice LeRae match was pretty decent. The DIY was just basically a squash where Tommaso Ciampa dominated. We did see the females in action. We saw Jade Cargill and Wonder Woman. They took on Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, lots of storytelling there, lots of moving parts between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. And now you're throwing in Candice LeRae because she's no longer with Indy Hartwell, so they've got to find her something to do. Yeah, it's quite interesting, quite an interesting dynamic. And honestly, a lot of interesting things going to be happening in the near future for SmackDown female superstars. And that's where we go on to the biggest announcement. History making. Nick Aldis revealing the first female mid-title championship. Yet the US championship for the ladies was announced. It looked a lot like the men's title. In fact, identical, you could say. But small, kind of smaller, I think, in size. But still, absolutely brilliant. I do expect that Raw will be doing a similar announcement on Monday of a new IC mid-title. I don't even know where that word came from. Mid-title championship. So I'm expecting that to be announced on Raw as soon as Monday. Obviously, they're having to do this. I mean, SmackDown and Raw will be back to 3 hours come January, when especially when Raw makes its debut on Netflix. And I think also SmackDown will be 3 hours as well. Making a female mid-card title makes absolute sense. I can't say that without saying Matt Cardona, I think. I don't know why I bring him into it. Anyway, a lot of people are speculating who the new champion will be. I will be making a video on my top contenders for the US Female Championship. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we've got matches made for next week. And it's Nia Jax versus Naomi. Naomi did get involved in that tag match as well, which ultimately cost Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. They're kind of like a number one contenders match against Jade Cargill and Wonder Woman. But anyway, that match is made for next week. And Street Profits are getting a match against Motor City Machine Guns. All these two matches are championship matches. Yes, titles are on the line next week on SmackDown. Should be a very interesting show. I thought this show was pretty good. Absolutely enjoyed certain segments of it. Of course, the main story is the Bloodline, the original Bloodline, all getting back together, all throwing up the ones in unison. Hopefully the cracks that was there before are starting to mend now, and we can get this team on the right track for War Games. Yes, which is not too far away. There's a lot of things what we're missing off the show, what were advertised. It was advertised that we would have a Grayson Waller effect. That didn't happen. We got a match instead. Cody was meant to be on the show, addressing who his next challenger would be. But we did see Cody, but very briefly, as he was helping Randy Orton to the hospital. But anyway, I gave this show a 7 out of 10. I thought it was quite a good show. It wasn't an excellent show, in my opinion. Loved the storytelling, but the wrestling side of it lacked a little bit of, I don't know, a bit of oomph. There wasn't quite a lot to talk about with the wrestling itself. I think the matches were okay, not great. Like I say, for the Motor City Machine Guns to have the match of the night, pretty sums that up for me. I think Bayley and Candice come a close second. And I thought the Tiffany Stratton tag match with Wonder Woman was quite interesting too. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of interesting things that went off, but I don't think it really went with the matches, to be fair. But yeah, that is my thoughts of SmackDown from last night. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What do you think will happen? And what did you think to the mentioning 5 members? I don't think there's anything to talk about here. I think it will be 4-on-4. But it's great to speculate, innit? I mean, we love doing that, us wrestling fans. We love to speculate, right? We're talking about the White Six stuff. Anyway, I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time, bye for now.